Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This is a video all about my favorite holy grail products that get me through the summer months without looking like the Nazi guy from the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark with the melted face. Because the combination of oily skin and humid summer months spells disaster. So these products are the ones that I turn to that time and time again. They give me the best shot at looking decent. Now, it's almost 8 at night right now. Actually, it's a little bit after 8, and I've been wearing this makeup for most of the day. And compared to previous years when it's been 100 degrees out, I'm pretty happy with how this stuff is holding up. I had to touch up my lipstick a little bit, but you know, that's to be expected, I think. I don't mind touching up my lipstick a little bit throughout the day, especially after I eat. So, what makes a good summer cosmetic product? Well, it's highly personal, right? Just like everything about makeup is personal. For me, it means that the product feels good on my skin. It means that it doesn't break me out. It has SPF in it, hopefully. It means that it's not going to oxidize or turn orange or just sweat off. It's going to not get all weird and cakey and clumpy on me, especially if I'm going back and forth between a hot, humid environment and an overly air-conditioned building, and then back and forth, because sometimes that can also really mess your makeup up. So those are my goals for my summer makeup, and of course it has to look good too. Oh yeah, there is that. So without further ado, let's get started. The first product that I put on my face is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation. It's been getting a lot of buzz recently, and I think with good reason. This stuff sticks around on your face, but it doesn't feel like you applied it with a spatula. Basically, I put this in the center of my face because that's where I tend to be oily. So I will dab it on, usually with my finger, and then I will either apply it with a flat complexion brush and kind of stipple it into my skin, or I will use my little friend, the Beauty Blender. And if you don't know about this, you're going to learn real fast because we're going to be talking about this a lot in this channel. Beauty Blender is awesome, except no substitutions. That should also actually be an item in my video, but I don't just depend on the Beauty Blender when it's hot out. I depend on that thing every time I sit down to do my makeup because it's awesome. Anyway, back to the foundation. So this is truly a matte finish foundation. Now, if it's super hot out, you might get a slight amount of dewiness after hours and hours and hours, maybe on your forehead or around your nose. But you can just use blotting papers for that and then maybe slap some more translucent powder on there. But this foundation, more than any other, has enabled me to have confidence that I don't look like the Exxon Valdez on my face when I come home at the end of the day. And that matters to me. So anyway, this is an excellent, excellent buy. I got it at Walmart. It was about $10. If you go to a drugstore, you're probably going to pay $13 or $14 for it. I was kind of surprised that I saved as much money as I did just by going down the road to Walmart, but such is life. Now, my other favorite hot weather foundation is actually, this is not just my favorite hot weather foundation. It's my favorite foundation, period, forever and ever, amen. And I am not exaggerating when I tell you I really, really feel that this is the best foundation in the world. Absolutely, without a doubt, Dior Airflash. Oh, hells yes. This is, you get 2.3 fluid ounces, and it's a spray. So you have to shake it up for about 5 seconds, and then you just mist it on your face. The directions recommend, like, you do a Z, kind of like that, but I usually wind up doing more of a circle. This really imitates the look and texture of real skin. So even before I bounce it in with the Beauty Blender, I feel like I look 20 times better. I should do a video. I probably will. I wasn't brave enough to do it today, but I'll do it. I'll start out barefaced and I'll show you what this does because it really is that amazing. And this is $65. Yep, a little tube, $65, but I honestly believe it's worth it. Cut down on Starbucks runs and get this foundation. And in the interest of full disclosure, no cosmetic company has sponsored this video. Dior did not pay me to say this. I really just love it this much. So in the summer, if I really want to have this flawless face going on, I'll do the L'Oreal Pro Matte. Where did it go? The L'Oreal Pro Matte in the middle and this around the perimeter, and then I bounce it in with my damp beauty blender. I can't rave about that foundation enough. You're going to hear about it again. I just know that I'm going to be talking about it again. And I just did another video that featured this product, but I feel it is super, super essential, particularly in hot weather. So I'm going to talk about it again. And that's the Armani Maestro-UV Primer. It's got SPF 50 in it, and it is weightless. So it doesn't make your foundation slide all over your face. It doesn't make you look greasy. It's, you know, all the good stuff. All the good stuff. Again, this is an expensive one. I promise that all of these products are not going to be this expensive. I promise. I don't, you know, I'm not like a high-end addict, but I do believe in paying for quality when the quality is really there and it's not just paying for brand name or whatever. And in this case, I really adore this. A word to the wise about SPF too. Just remember that, you know, in the spring, in the summer, in the early fall, when it tends to be hot out and sunny, we always hear about SPF, 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 but then winter rolls around and you don't hear about it so much. The thing is, it doesn't matter if you live in Florida or if you live in Seattle. UV rays are invisible, so it doesn't matter if you can even see the sun or not. Your skin is still being damaged. So I don't care if you use this or not, but just please add SPF to your routine if you don't already use it, and you'll thank yourself years down the road. You absolutely will. Okay, moving on from that, let's talk about setting it with some powder. And I have a couple options here. I just almost sent them rolling off the table. Good job. Okay, so to set the face, and also if you bake your face, this is a good baking powder. That sounds so culinary, doesn't it? It's a good baking powder. Maybelline Mineral Power, the translucent, what's this called? Finishing Veil. It's just a translucent powder in a sifter jar. Nothing special. It's translucent powder in a sifter jar. You know, what else do you want me to say about it? They recommend applying this with a kabuki brush or like a big buffer brush, but I actually will use the beauty blender. I'll just, you know, run it under water, squeeze it out, and then I will pat this under my eye to set it. And if I'm really going to bake, you know, I will put a ton on and wait 5 minutes and then brush it off. But this is awesome, and it helps tone down dewiness around the perimeter of my face when I wear the Dior foundation. So it doesn't make me look pasty or cakey or artificially like powdery, but it just is that extra measure of control over the oil that I think is very helpful. So this is awesome. Again, this is a drugstore product. It was about, I don't know, $6 maybe, something like that. And you get, how much of this do you get in this little jar? Let's see, 0.28 ounces. So it's 8 grams of product, and it'll last a long time. If you're looking for a more higher end option, my higher end counterpart to that, I suppose you could say, is the NARS Translucent Crystal Setting Powder. And as you can see, I'm almost totally out of this. This was like $30, I think. And I got it and I used most of it up, and then we moved. And I thought that I had lost this in the move, and I just found it the other day, and I went, I want to talk about this on a video because it's really awesome. It is like airbrushing without the airbrush. So it's just going to blend away. It's going to, you know, make your pores appear smaller. It's going to minimize the look of little imperfections, little sunspots, little fine lines, wrinkles, whatever, you know, issues that we all have issues with our skin, right? So it does a really fabulous job, and it does not make your foundation look lighter. So for me, that's not really a concern because I'm as white as Casper the Ghost pretty much. But if you have a darker complexion, you don't want to look ashy. This is a good choice there. Another option here, if I drop this, I'm a scream. Another option is the, don't get me so careful, the Guerlain Meteorites powder. Now this technically, there's some people that say this is a highlighter. I'm using it in multiple ways at the same time. For me, this is a multi-purpose product. Let me show it to you. And again, if I drop this open container, I'm gonna freak out. So it has a little puff in it, right? But we'll put the puff down. Now, the meteorites are these pearls. I don't want to, I don't want to dip it any more than this. But anyway, you can see there's a bunch of pastel colored little pearls in there, and there's all different colors. There's pink, there's white, there's purple, there's green, and there's like a golden yellow color. And so what you do is you either kind of shake the container a little bit, and then you take the powder puff and press it into your skin, or you can just take a powder brush and swirl it around. And what this does, kind of like the NARS, but it's even a step above the NARS, which is why it's twice as expensive. Because this is another one that was like $65, or give or take a few bucks, is it color corrects. And it makes your skin appear brighter, more alive, more vibrant, radiant. It gets rid of redness. The pink, like the salmon pink pearls in there, help with a sallow, tired looking complexion. The yellow will help with like blue or green veins, like if you have dark under eye circles, or if you have visible veins on your face, which I do have one that's like right there. It just really helps buff it all away and minimize everything without looking like you're wearing, you know, a highlighter or a correcting product or whatever. It's very, very light. So again, for the summer, there are some people who say, well, I don't even want to use a powder because I'm afraid that it's going to mix with my foundation and the oils on my skin, and it's going to form this like death paste that's going to make me look gross. So I would just rather go without. I hear you. I do hear you. If this is in your budget, you should give it a try, because it won't feel like you're wearing anything, but it'll improve the look of your skin immensely. Now, there are some copycat products out there, like Physicians Formula they have like a pressed version, and Guerlain, by the way, also has a pressed version, which gets kind of mixed reviews. I think it's easier to pick up more product with the actual pearls. It's just harder to travel with them. But I know that there's quite a few companies now that are coming out with these like multi-toned correcting palettes. So if the Guerlain is not in your budget, might be worth investigating some of those other options. But I can't vouch for them. I can vouch for this one. It's amazing. It really is. Okay, next, mascara. Mascara in the summertime is tough, because if you have a lot of sunblock on your face, or even just a lot of foundation, and you know, you close your eyes or you scrunch your face up for some reason, you can get the raccoon eye business going on. And really, it's very difficult to fix that without just washing your makeup off and doing it again. I have found a mascara that for me works, and it's the Lancome Definicils. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I could be wrong, but you know, it's the famous Lancome one. Okay, this is one of the black shades. They have two black shades. I'm not sure what the difference between the two of them is. And I forget which one this is, but it's black. And it's just your normal, regular wand. There's no gimmicks. There's no crazy shaped wand or bristles or anything. But it volumizes, it lengthens, it keeps a curl. It does not crumble, it doesn't flake, you don't get fallout, and you don't get that greasy residue going on when you're sweating or when you're in a very humid environment. Totally, totally, totally worth it. Now, Lancome also makes a waterproof version of this. A lot of people, when it's summer out, and especially if they might be, you know, near a pool or going to go splash through a fountain, they might want to wear a waterproof mascara. If you like waterproof mascara, more power to you. I have never found one that works. It just makes my eyes look like a crumpy, gross, nasty mess. And I didn't want to risk the money by buying the Lancome one, you know, and then deciding, oh, I just spent, what was this, $24.50, something like that, and then I hate it. So, you know. Anyway, my husband just pulled in the driveway, so I've got to go get some dinner into him, and then we are going to talk about some more products. So, back in a flash. Okay, and we are back. Dinner has been accomplished, so let's keep going. I had just talked about the mascara, so let's move on to the eye color. I have 3 products that I depend on in the summertime for eye color, and you can use these as primers, but really, you know, when it's hot out, even if it's at night, I just don't like to feel that I have a lot of heavy stuff on my face. It just feels, it just kind of feels dirty to me. So rather than layering on a bunch of complex eye looks, what I'll do is I will use something like Urban Decay Primer Potion in Greed, And the product is pretty much the same gold as the packaging. I'll just use it from my lash line all the way up past my crease, sometimes even to the brow bone, because it is so, you shear it out with your finger or a small brush, and it just gives you a subtle luminosity to your skin, but it's not like, whoa, eyeshadow. You don't look like a disco ball. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I don't want to look like a disco ball, usually. Other similar products, this is the Maybelline Color Tattoo Eye Studio little pot o color in shade 45. It's called Bold Gold. It looks kind of gross here. It looks kind of like mud, but really it's a gold color. I'm wearing it actually. It's the gold that's on my eyes. So it doesn't look very good in the pot, but it looks much better on your skin. If you want something a little bit warmer, you could use, this is the MAC Paint Pot in Rubenesque. It's a peach with a gold duochrome to it. All of these three products, you must blend them out immediately. Once they dry, you are committed. You are done. There is no more blending until you wash your makeup off and start again. So don't try to do that thing, sometimes we'll put products on both eyes and go back and forth. You can't do that with these. I would seriously recommend you have to do one eye at a time, at least as far as applying this product goes. You can go back and forth with your shadows, your powder shadows, until the cows come home. That's fine. But you have to make sure this is blended out first, because once it's set, you're set. So be aware of that. One interesting note too about the product sizes. This tube has lasted me 2 years, and it's teeny. It's 0.37 US fluid ounces. I forget how much I paid for this. I got it at Ulta. I think it was like 20 bucks, something like that. But again, it's lasted me 2+ years. So to me, that's worth it. The MAC, these are more expensive. You get, let's see if I can decipher the teeny worn away print on here. I've used this so much that it kind of just looks like a smear. Come on, come through, small print. I can't read it. I can't read it. I think it's a 5-gram jar. We're going to go with 5. Can we just agree it's 5-gram jar? Okay. So it's like this. So you get the same jar size, give or take, with the L'Oreal, but look right below the cap on each one. Do you see how here on the MAC you can see the product? And here they have this kind of false glass base. So really, the actual compartment in here that's holding the product is much shallower. So you are only getting 0.14 ounces, which is 4 grams. So this one, you have a whole nother gram in there. So then again, though, these are like $7, $8. You can get them at drugstores, Walmart, Target, what have you. And then this is MAC, obviously. So it's more expensive. I forget exactly how much I paid for this because I've had it for a little while, but it's not super expensive, but it's not drugstore prices either. So, okay, we are coming to the end. One more. No, I lied. 2 more products. Let's do the brows first. So, brow pencils are notoriously difficult to get to stay on your face. At least for me. I find that because I use a primer that has dimethicone in it, or silicone, that if I have my hair down, for example, and then I go to kind of like push it back, if I touch my brows at all, they can just come off. So rather than relying so heavily on a pencil formulation, if you have kind of oilier combination skin and it's hot and humid and gross outside, you might consider this. And this is the sample size. This is the Benefit Gimme Brow, but it's the new one that just came out recently, and it has fibers in it. So what it does is it's like the fiber mascaras. What it does is it actually will attach to your existing eyelash hairs, and it'll make your brows look fuller, essentially. Now, if you pluck your brows super thin, or if you shave them off entirely, obviously this might not be the best choice, but if you have some growth, this can minimize, at least, if not eliminate, the amount of pencil that you need. So, and a little bit goes a long way on this. It's just, I'll open it up and show you. It looks like mascara, but it's got a little tiny wand instead. That's it. And the pigmentation, it is pretty pigmented too, which is, I think that's a plus. Okay. Eyeliner. There's nothing worse than trying to have a cute little wing going on, and you step outside and it's humid and it's awful outside, and your cute little wing becomes a raccoon smudge, right? This is a cheap liner. This is super cheap, right? Remember, I said these aren't all luxury products. This is the Hard Candy Stroke of Gorgeous felt tip liner in black, obviously. This is a Walmart product. It was about $2.95, and it has this really skinny magic marker type tip. Can you see that there? Right? Pretty thin. And what I like about this is two things. First is it contains a serum that's supposed to nourish and condition your eyelashes, which I think is nice, particularly because I wear false eyelashes a lot. So it's nice to kind of give your lashes a break now and then, give them some extra love. So also, once this dries, like the paint pots and the Urban Decay Primer Potion, it's dry and it's not moving. And I'm talking about when I was swatching this, I went home and I washed my hands with soap and water and it did nothing. I still had black on my hand. It was crazy. So you're going to need a good oil-based makeup remover to take this off, because you don't want to be rubbing and scrubbing at your delicate eye area. But I would definitely recommend this because it really does not budge once it dries. So definitely $3 well spent. Okay. Last, but not least. Last but not least, the lips. Kat Von D Everlasting Liquid Lipstick in Lolita 2. It's a terracotta nude liquid lipstick. I'm wearing it right now. And I don't really want to get my face that close to the camera, but it's a velvety texture. It dries extremely quickly, so you don't have to sit there for 10 minutes fanning your face. And it lasts through, you know, having a small snack or drinking a soda, talking to people on the phone, going throughout your day. It's not going to last through you devouring half of a pizza, okay? But frankly, I don't think it's really fair to expect that from any liquid lip. So what I love about this is not only everything I just mentioned and the beautiful color, but that it doesn't crack and crumble at the corners and start to kind of like chip off and look disgusting. Just make sure, like with any liquid lipstick, you should exfoliate your lips before you put it on. It will help so much, and it will help the product dry without kind of accentuating texture that you may have on your lips. Because most of us have some small little lines on our lips, but you don't want it to kind of, you don't want them to be kind of emphasized with a liquid lipstick. She has something like 28 shades out. These are at Sephora. They're $20. And how many grams is this? I can't read the freaking label. And of course, do I have the box? No, that would make too much sense. I can't read it. I have no idea. I'm not going to waste your time trying to but look, it's a nice size, and it's a doe foot sponge applicator. Easy to use. Highly, highly recommended. All right, guys. I think that's about everything I want to throw at you for right now. So thank you so much for watching. And please subscribe and give this a thumbs up if you liked it. And thank you for spending some of your day with me today. And I will look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Thanks, guys. Bye.